Hi, I'm excited to introduce to you InnoBright. We are transforming the animation software industry by dramatically improving speed and quality of rendering. And I'll get to what rendering is and why speed and quality matter in a minute. So the animation industry has a huge problem. The problem is it takes too long to create an animation project and it costs too much money. The average Pixar movie takes about $200 million in budget, with 400 people working for 3 to 4 years. And rendering is a bottleneck step in the animation process that costs about 20 to 25% of that cost. That's about $50 million in the $200 million budget. Now I have put up some big name animation studios on the screen here, but the problem percolates throughout the animation industry for the medium and small studios alike. So rendering is a difficult and expensive process. Rendering has several aspects to it. It's a process where a scene description file from a creative artist is converted into the wonderful image file that we all share to enjoy on screen. And this is done through a piece of software called rendering software. As an example, Monsters University took, as a movie, took about 100 million hours of computing power and $30 million in computing costs alone. Rendering also has two aspects to it. One, pre-visualization, which is where the artist is doing trial and error rendering, and then a final rendering aspect once they are happy with the image. So as you can see, it's a step-by-step, repetitive, intense, time-intensive, people-intensive, and cost-intensive process. And we make it easy for the animators to make the rendering process faster and with better quality. So here's what our technology does by reducing the rendering time exponentially. On the left, you see the current technology taking about 120 minutes, it's 2 hours, at a cost of 60 cents, what we call a reference pre-visualization image. In the middle, with our technology, we render for 10 minutes, and at the cost of 5 cents, we see that we get this image, which is very close to the reference image. And with the current technology, if you were to render for 10 minutes, with the same cost of 5 cents, you get that noisy image. So our core technology is an efficient, fast-performing filter that saves tons of money and time for our customers. So we are a performance platform. We improve rendering speed by more than 5 to 10x. Going back to our Pixar movie example, that transfers to 3 to 4 months in a 3-year project, which is significant. We also save cost by more than 54%, which is a $50 million savings for a Monsters University type of a project. So that's about $5 million a year. And best of all, we seamlessly integrate into the current workflow of the animators so they do not have to learn something completely new and that they've been used to for decades together. So we make it very seamless and we make their work much more efficient. The market opportunity is huge. The overall animation industry is about $200+ billion worldwide, but rendering is about $40 to $50 billion, of which the US market alone is $1.5 billion. Now it's composed of several market segments, the animation studios being our primary target at the moment, then the cloud rendering firms, it's an up and coming market segment. Gaming companies do a lot of pre-visualization, pre-rendering. Then there's automotive industry. It used to be 90% of auto ads or car ads you see were real cars and 10% visually simulated. But now it's the opposite. 90% are graphics and 10% is what is really some photographer has taken. And architectural and engineering firms do a lot of CAD/CAM based rendering. So these are all different market segments that make up our $1.5 billion market. The focuses are different too. The animation studios focus more on movies and TV shows. The cloud rendering firms, they pretty much don't care. They cater to anybody who wants to rent space. They're like Amazon. The gaming companies obviously focus on gaming, etc. So the market opportunity is quite large. Our go-to-market strategy and our business model is quite simple. We have a one-on-one interaction with all the big studios. Currently, myself and my partner are talking to Pixar and DreamWorks and ILM, etc. And we also, since they are big customers, we plan to provide them site-wide annual licensing. The rest of the customers that you see on this pyramid is all basically server-based annual licensing. So our model is to provide feature updates, bug fixes, any kind of support, on-site support, everything as part of this licensing model. If you look at the ecosystem of the animation rendering space, there are about 15 to 18 companies that form pretty much 100% of the market. Those are represented as blobs in this slide. So the bigger blobs basically represent the lion's share of the market. RenderMan, Pixar actually has a software company that makes RenderMan their flagship rendering software product. They also have studios. So their studios, including Walt Disney, consume their own product. But our platform is a universal acceleration platform that seamlessly fits into all of these rendering packages that control 100% of the market and make them run faster and more and filter the noise and perform better. So what's our competition? Well, there are two things that animation studios do today. One, they add more servers. Like Pixar has 2012 CPU servers dedicated to each of their projects. So you keep adding more and more servers, which are expensive to maintain, etc. Or work with your rendering software provider to add specific improvements to their individual projects. What we do is eliminate the need for adding more servers, and we also have if you were to plot the feature richness versus the hardware compatibility on the y-axis, we fit in the far right corner of the quadrant. Basically, we work for 2D, 3D, all types of scene types and sample sizes, and we are GPU and CPU agnostic, which are the two hardware architectures that control the industry. And our secret sauce as a software-only platform comes from evaluating the top 5 algorithms in the world, and they have exclusive access to the top 2 algorithms. Currently, we are in high-level discussions with some top studio names. I won't mention any names, Pixar. They're very interested in entering into a beta cycle with us. So we're very excited to be part of their beta cycle very soon. Our team is ready to go. Myself, Raghu Kopalle, I'm the CEO. Over 20 years of experience in imaging, video, telecom, networking, and cloud-based industries. I've had a master's from electrical engineering here at UNM, an MBA from UC Berkeley and Columbia. I have a partner who takes care of overseas. He has extensive contacts in Singapore animation industry and exclusive talent access from Bangalore, India. I have an industry advisor who's sitting right here, Aaron Estrada, who is the CTO of Pivot VFX, and he's on the faculty of UNM as well. He's worked for the DreamWorks, Sony ImageWorks, Rhythm and Hughes, the big companies. And we have our technical advisors who are the inventors, the 2 top-notch professors who have done research in rendering software algorithm development. One with UCSB, Dr. Sain, and Dr. Zwieker, who is with University of Bern in Switzerland.